According to analytics firm Retail Next, traffic was down 4.4% Thanksgiving weekend from a year ago at the mall specifically. Remember this? On Black Friday, this was the scene at the White Plains Mall in New York. Pretty thin traffic. I mean, shouldn't it have been teeming with shoppers? Let me bring in Matt Shay. He's the president and CEO of the National Retail Federation, joining us. I guess, Matt, to tell us what I'm not going to blame the retailers. I might blame the operators. They've got to lure shoppers away from their keyboards and into the brick-and-mortar retailers at the mall. What do they need to do?
Well, Liz, I think a number of things need to happen and really are happening. And the first of which is we have to keep finding ways to engage with customers that bring them out to the stores. And that happens through personalization and customization, might be service, pricing, selection. There's any number of ways to get consumers excited about being out in the stores. And I think it's worth noting that while traffic was down by some measures, we measured traffic actually up over last year. Black Friday was very strong. And most importantly, overall sales were up. And I think the key indicator here is we need to get in the minds of consumers. They don't distinguish between a store and online or mobile or an order online, pick up in store. What they want is the experience, what and when they want it. And I think that's the thing for retailers to focus on, is a seamless experience.
Yeah, well, sure. I mean, if I'm buying something online at Neiman still gets to rack the sale, except that you want to see more mall traffic. And when you look versus online, I don't even know why we're breaking it out anymore, except for the mall operators, which leads me to this. We sent one of our intrepid producers, Janine, and we sent her down by the Freedom Tower to the Oculus Mall, and we had her take some pictures. And this has been lately in the news. You know, New York Post flagged it first. No decorations, no trees. Now, that doesn't go for inside the actual stores that are in there, but some believe that the thin traffic, these pictures were taken from today, that the thin traffic is because they're not really kind of getting some excitement there with Christmas and Hanukkah decorations. Don't mall operators have to pay mind to something like getting people into the spirit? Where's the tree?
Yeah, well, I'll leave it to the shopping centers and the mall developers to speak for themselves about that. I think they work very hard with their retail partners to try to deliver an experience that is compelling for the consumers that walk into those stores. And I think what we normally see is a big run-up to the Thanksgiving weekend through Black Friday, Super Saturday, Cyber Monday, and then there is a lull. And then we see a big pickup again towards the end of the year as we get closer to the Christmas holiday. So I think we're experiencing that pattern right now, but it was pretty clear that overall it was a very good start to the holiday season in earlier November, and then a great midpoint with the Thanksgiving holiday. So we're very optimistic that we'll hit our 3.6% overall objective for the season. And I think there's momentum, and we're going to see that as we push through to the end of the holiday season.
I'm glad you just said momentum. Consumer spending certainly looked better with the most recent numbers. We got a better GDP that was above 3%. Look, everyone's saying, oh, it was the excitement of the Trump election. Let me just be fair and balanced here. Obama's team and economy have worked very hard to even scratch and claw to get us up above 2%. It finally got above 3%. Again, those mall operators need to capitalize on this, but we've also seen retail stocks actually improving depending on the day. We've got the Dow up 289 points. Walmart's one of them. You know, when you look at who's doing it right, is there a model?
Well, I think the model is to go back to engagement. What are the companies and in which segments do we see the experiences really improving? Where are the big investments happening? We've talked a lot about how some of the largest retailers in the country have invested substantially in their mobile and their online and their digital platforms, and that's really started to pay big dividends this holiday season. And Liz, the other thing I think that we always like to note, and I think you do a great job of saying, why do we even break it down anymore? It's taken us a long time to get to that point. This is not bricks and mortar versus online.
Gotcha.
Seven of the top 10 e-commerce platforms are bricks and mortar. 21 of the top 25 are bricks and mortar. Bricks and mortar and online are the same when it comes to the view of the consumer, and we ought to recognize that, and we got to serve consumers everywhere they want to be served, online and in stores.
Boy, do I remember when Walmart, this is how long I've been covering the markets, when Walmart rolled out its online strategy. So they're getting up to speed. Matthew, it's great to see you. Matthew Shay, National Retail Federation President and CEO.